Good afternoon, everyone. So my new video tripod. Yes, what a beast. I absolutely love it. It's not an expensive one. It's I don't know what this brand is, a GM88 by Neewer, Neewer. And they're kind of a disruptor, I believe. I've looked up online. I thought it was time to get a bit more serious than just my flimsy old tripod that just swung around in the wind and was up on a column. I needed to have a more solid tripod. I looked around online, prices were coming up about £200 to £250 for tripods that were a bit more serious looking. And you could end up spending a grand, £1.5 grand, £2 grand. And I thought, do you really need to spend that? So I did some digging around, I asked AI, and they come up with this brand. And I looked at the main website. So I thought, I'll try Amazon, I'll try eBay. And these were selling on eBay for, this one was £108. And I checked it, I checked the reviews, because usually low prices, not a good sign, but reviews are all important. I had plenty of reviews. I was pretty happy with the company and I gave it a try. I thought, you know, if it's a lie, if it's not the actual Neewer product, it's a fake, then I can send it back because it's lied. That's the way eBay works. You've got to give a little bit of trust in it. And what was weird, when I ordered it, it took a few days and I got a message through saying, just been dispatched from California. What? It was £108. How are they making any money? There's going to be export taxes. The postage of that alone must have been about £40. I don't get it, but I don't care. £108, I'll take it any day of the week. The cheap plasticky one I bought in Kuala Lumpur, they charged me £100. This is 10 times better. So I went for the 200 centimetre. I thought, why not? If I need it, I need it. If I don't, I can just not put it up that high. So let's extend it out. Quick releases. I mean, it's very tempting to just do that and let it slide, but that could probably damage it over time, I think. Probably not a good idea. So I tried to take it out as softly as possible. So that's like the first stage down there. And when I first saw these ones come out, I thought there's no way they're going to be very stable. But I've used it for, I think, about 3 weeks now. No problem. I've even seen a review somewhere that said it's more stable with the bottom bits out than up here. Maybe there's some physics to that I'm not aware of. So you've got this triangular bit in the center, these arms that solidify it a bit more. And when I was out, if you've seen the NEP video I did, one of these was getting a bit loose. So when I pressed down, put a bit of weight on it, it slid. And I thought, okay, did I buy a dodgy product? But no, what you have is these little Allen key slots for tightening and loosening. Okay, so I did that, and you can go too hard and you can't shut the catch. So there's a bit of fiddling around with that. So luckily, yeah, you've got that option. So the tripod extends to 200 centimeters. When I first fully opened it up, I thought that's ridiculously too high and it will probably be unstable on those thinner bits down the bottom. Obviously I was imagining all the legs clumped up together in this spot, nice and solid. But I mean, okay, there's almost no wind. There's maybe about 3 or 4 miles per hour. But I'll show you from over there. The peregrine is on the side of this building. It's been really good. A couple of peregrines, one round there. And I've been able to use my 4K crop mode, which takes me from 1.6 crop factor with another 1.81. I've been banging on about it on every video, but it's just, I have to because it's so brilliant. I would not have been able to get this before. I only discovered it last year. So the bird was seen from over there. That's the sort of height we're talking about. And I thought, okay, I'll come over here and film this bit. And this is it fully extended. And I'm actually using it a lot more at 200 centimeters than I thought I would. And it obviously didn't occur to me that the peregrines down at Cross Ness are going to be perfect, because I was always kind of having to crunch down and spread my legs out for my other tripods, and you know, because I didn't want to open them up too, especially when you've got a center column, really, really shaky. But because this is all tripod perfection. So I'm going to, this is the angle I'm looking at. So the camera is pointing up there, locked in the lens, 4K crop. We're fully extended to 800mm, which has given us over 2300 millimeters in focal length. And the camera is absolutely solid. So yeah, there it is there, look. So that's what I'm seeing. Not the greatest angle. I mean, I could go further back, but I wanted to fill the frame as much as possible. And I'm just absolutely loving this, yeah. Yep, Mr. Sleepyhead up there. From my time with the peregrines at Bexley Heath, I'm assuming that's male. It looks smaller. I've seen the chest markings, they're not as pronounced, but even from this distance, I can just see it's a kind of smaller bird The female is a much bigger beast. But disclaimer, I'm getting so many things wrong, so I'm saying that just in case somebody says, actually, anyway. So I'll just put it down a bit to show you the head. Now, it's not got an expensive ball or head. Some people might say you need that. That'll be an upgrade. For £108, I'll take this to just get me going. So the main thing is, even though it's not a ball head, you've got this quick release. So down there, you just a quick turn. And if you just need an adjustment in any direction, that's the quickest way to do it. And there's a little spirit level there, if you want it very, very accurate. And then you've got the dial for, see, it's spring loaded, moves very, very smoothly. And then you can just lock it in with that dial. And then this one here is for rotation. You just quickly turn that and then it's solid. So you've got this quick release, you've got this one for up and down, and you've got this one for horizontal. Just everything you need. And this handle, there's a little catch there. When I was looking up at the peregrines up a moment ago, and I was pointing the camera towards them, this was catching on there. So luckily you can loosen that and put it up to that point if you need to. So when I push it down, it's got plenty of room to go to, okay? So it's pretty much thought of everything. It's a lovely, smooth motion. So when I first got it and started playing around with the mounts, I found it a bit fiddly. I thought, what kind of a silly design? But then you just get used to it. So what you do is you make sure that's screwed all the way out. So look, you can screw it in and this plate goes down. So you screw it out, press that catch. There's a metal thing in there. And then you put the camera in, I put it in at an angle. You know what? I don't even know if this is the right way to do it, but this is how I work it. I've seen people sliding these in, but I don't even do that. I put it there and then fix it in. It's done. And then to release it, turn that to the point it comes to a stop, and then so you can't get it out, and then that's the quick release. Yeah, it took me a couple of days, but I got into the swing of it, and now it's very, very fast, couple of seconds. And this here, I've showed you this before in a short. This is my little emergency strap. I get a bit careless and sort of lean over, and that falls out and it catches it. And so that's another thing. I keep the plate on all the time, obviously, because if I need to put it up quickly, that digs into my chest, these corners. So I had to think of a way to sort that. And I came up with this temporarily. It's an old binocular case. So I just slot it in there and that softens the corners against my chest. So until I find a permanent solution. But the point is, yeah, this strap, emergency strap. And when I was just talking to you, this is the first time I've done it. I had to have a look at the mount. So if I put it on there and I'm, looking at the camera, it's still a risk. It could fall out. So I had a look. Obviously, if something goes wrong I'm not aware of, just in case, I was having a look where I could attach that, and there is a little bit there. So, yeah. There we go. So if I turn my back in it, for some reason this catch goes, we're safe. Yeah, sorry, it's sliding a bit there, but and I have multiple of these lying around from different bags, just so useful. These and cable ties. I'd say carry several straps and cable ties in your bag, and when you're out in the jungle, in the woods, or in nature somewhere, they come in so handy. They will fix 90% of problems. It won't be as good as an expensive ball head, but again, it's £108. I just want to get going. When it gets to the point and I think, you know what, I really, really need to upgrade to a ball head, a gimbal sort of thing, then I'll do that. But for most people, I mean, it depends if you want to carry this around with you. I'm used to it now. I've seen the footage. When I handhold my footage like I used to, I think this is awful. I can't stand this. I put it on there, what a difference. It's getting to the point where I don't want to film handheld anymore because the quality of stability on this is so much better. But I have to remember, get the bird or get nothing. Get a few seconds of it handheld if it's something rare, or you might walk away with nothing just trying to set your camera up. So I mean, currently I'll show you, so it's just whatever. It's like that, and I'll just walk around, and once it gets to a point that I'm sort of maybe feeling some blood rushing out my arms there, I'll switch across. If If I'm doing something, then I'll just, you know, look around. I can just release it for a second while I take a breather if I'm doing something. But again, you just get used to the way. It's kind of nice to carry something. And I mean, yeah, if I put it around like that, I'll just hook my thumb into my belt, you know, and just maybe hold it, or hold it like that and just walk. I mean, if I'm doing miles, I'll put it all away and I'll put the clips on. There are clips, which I should have brought to show you, but they just hold the legs together, because if you hold one leg, it sort of opens up like that. So there's these little plastic clips that I've left at home that hold the legs together. So if you're only holding it from there, it stays together. But I don't think there's much more to say. It's a tripod. It's awesome. And if you want to get serious about the quality and the stability of your video, and obviously you want to hold some sort of tripod on you, because if you need to hold the camera up for a while, say for instance, when I was photographing the cormorants at the outflow, and I need to stand with the camera in a particular place ready for them, standing like that for 2 hours is painful. So just having something to lean the camera on, even if it's just a monopod, use that, okay? I'll put the link to where I bought it from on eBay below if you want to buy the same one, and I'll put the company website on there in case they want to reach out and you know, figure something out with me. Okay, hope you enjoyed.